Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between, I am OverHugs, and I would like to welcome you back to Winecraft, our modded series where we take all the suck out of the vanilla game and try to leave in only the fun. Today on Winecraft, what we're going to be doing is exploring the Easy Villagers mod. Those of you who have followed the series for a while know that I say villagers are the worst a lot, because they are. They're the worst, the absolute worst. But one of the things that we are going to do today is make that easier with the Easy Villagers mod. This mod allows you to do things like move villagers or set up trades or even do automation of breeding and all that other stuff. So we're going to take our normal villager breeder and our converter farms and all that and just throw them straight out and get into something that is, oh, so much more pleasant. I like the fact that the ores move without even touching them. In case you didn't know, I'm a telekinetic. And now here we are in our village, which we finally found. So let's go and find ourselves some villagers to convince to come work with us for the remainder of the series. You are not villagers. All right, here we go. Now we have villagers that for some reason are inexplicably in a pen. Those are the weirdest sheep I've ever seen. Yes, I'm talking to you. But here's the advantage of the Easy Villagers mod. We can find ourselves some villagers. We can crouch. We can pick them up. This is my most favorite thing ever. Because they're the worst. So let's grab ourselves some villagers and relocate them, shall we say. So here's a nice little trick that I wanted to share relatively early on in the game before we have any of our tree farms going. The way that the mechanical saw works is it will cut down any tree and anything that is connected via logs. So if you look, what we've done is we've grown a whole bunch of trees in a row here, and we're going to be using the mechanical crafter in order to cut them down. And place our saw. That's not right. Place our saw. That's not a saw. So what we can do is we can just come in here and place our mechanical saw so that it is facing the opposite direction. Wow, I'm just not having luck. And then take a hand crank and literally just crank this, and you'll see it will be breaking the tree behind it. And that was not what it should have done at all. So what we can do is we can come in and we can place the mechanical saw, and I'm holding shift so that it just automatically places it with the right orientation. Put the hand crank and crank this until the tree is harvested. And once the tree is harvested, you notice everything breaks at the same time. This is a way to get a tremendous amount of wood very easily without having to worry about cutting all the trees down. It's a nice little trick you can use early game to get multiple stacks all at once. One small time jump due to a stream later, and we're back at our home. So let's get on with Easy Villagers and see what else about this mod is just so darn amazing. To start with, let's see what we can make with the Easy Villagers mod. And we can use JEI to figure out exactly what that is, merely by putting the @ before typing the name of the mod that we're talking about. This shows exactly what is available. So here we have an auto trader, which will allow us to automatically trade whatever we want as long as we have resources for anything else. A breeder, which will automatically create villagers so long as we have villagers in it, as well as enough of a food source. A converter, which will automatically zombify and cure the villagers. A farmer, which can produce the food that we need for the trader. An incubator, which will allow the baby villagers to grow up to be full-size villagers. An iron farm, which is exactly that, but we won't be using in this series due to having other ways of getting iron, and I'd rather stay native to create when we can. And finally, a regular trader core, and this just allows you to interact with it. So let's build a couple and see exactly where we go from there. So the main ones we're going to need first off is a farmer block to get our food and a breeder block in order to create the villagers. As you can see, these are relatively easy to make. We don't really need much out of the way of the ordinary. We have all of these materials today for both of them. So let's create ourselves a farmer block and a breeder block. Clearing out a new section over here for our friends, let's go through the basics. So the next thing we want to create is our breeder itself. And this is just, again, a regular block that we put down and we add 2 villagers into it. Once we go through and we give them enough food, what they will do is they will breed and create a baby villager, which will be stored in the output here. So as long as they have enough food, they will continue to create the baby villagers, but we can do better than this. All right, that's a little bit better. The cool thing about this too is that hoppers work with these items. So we can have this farmer automatically get their crops and automatically deliver to the breeder, and then automatically have the baby villagers go through too. But what if we want the baby villagers to grow up? Well, that's what the incubator is for. Now we have a workflow here where it will basically automatically create food, automatically create baby villagers, and automatically age them up for what we want to do next, which is trading. So now that we've got another villager here, let's go through how we're going to do trading. And trading here is amazingly easy. We put down a trader core. We put a villager in it. We put whatever workstation we want them to be. But we don't put it there. We put down whatever workstation we want them to be. They're a farmer. And the cool thing about this is, if we don't like the trade, we don't have to break it or remove them. We just hit this button. And this allows us to go through and cycle the trades until we get what we want, which in our case is potatoes and carrots. That's it. A little bit of construction and a lot of trading later. And here we go. This is the very basics of our villager trading hall as it exists in this version. So we've got enough farmers to get some emeralds. We've got enough enchanters to do the basics of the books that we need, which we cycled in order to go through and get these. And we've got an armor smith in order to get us diamond armor without having to mine for it. So this is pretty good, but we can do better. But I bet you know what's coming. That's another episode. Haven't said that in a while, have I? A bit more training for the day, and let's move on to the next part of our program, where we're going to go into the nether here and check out the most ridiculous spawn in the nether I've ever gotten. So let's look at this. You might be looking around and going like, wow, that's a lot of soul sand. It's definitely a lot of soul sand. You want to see how ridiculous this is? It's all soul sand. We literally explored this much of the nether attempting to find a fortress, found 2 strongholds while doing so. And I do want to take a minute and specifically thank Maggie Doggo 6 from being, hello, skeleton, so rudely interrupted by a skeleton there. But I do want to take a minute to specifically thank Maggie Doggo 6 for spotting, I don't know exactly how, but definitely want to thank them for being able to spot a fortress in the depths of the fog that I had to look over like 3 times in order to see. So we finally found one. Let's finish going over to it. And here we are in the worst nether spawn ever. And if you look around, you may see a different biome than you have seen before, where we are in a withered abyss. Basically, a withered abyss is the worst parts of all the nether. You can have endermen spawning. You can have wither skeletons spawning. Because we're surrounded by a soul sand biome, pretty much everywhere. That means the mob cap is extremely low, and we get tons of mobs everywhere that they can spawn. This is why we're building the most paranoid bridging area ever, because basically I know for a fact that if I don't cover this in torches, I'm going to get wither skeletons trying to eat my face. There's our goal right there. We need a blaze. Let's see if we can get it. He knows. He knows. Okay, we made it. We actually made it to the fortress. Amazing. All I need is a blaze. Literally, that's it. I don't even care about anything else at this point. I am definitely concerned that we're going to get somebody coming up here. There's a blaze. That's literally all I want is a blaze. See if we can get it. If we can get it from here, I will declare victory and a half. Can we get him? Can we get him? Come here. We got him. Okay, let's run. Run away. Run away. Let's go back to our base. Oh, thank goodness we made it back. That was the most nerve-wracking voyage in the nether I think I've ever had. Like, that biome is scary. Ooh. And now that we're back, let's put that blaze to good use. And we're going to do that by creating a mechanical mixer. What a mixer will do when combined with a basin is you can mix certain components and create new alloys that come out of them. When you heat them with the blaze, which is what we were waiting for, what that will do is it will allow us to make brass, and brass opens up a lot more recipes that we have. So let's go ahead and do that. So a mixer requires a whisk, a casings, cogwheels, and an andesite alloy, and thankfully we have all of them. So let's craft our mixer, let's craft our basin, and let's put it to work. Like everything in this game, we need to make sure that the mixer is powered and it has enough stress. Also, you'll notice that the blaze down there is looking super sad and lonely. And what the reason for that is that he needs fuel in order to blaze up and be happy again, and any combustible material will work. Once that's done, we throw our zinc ingot in, we throw our copper ingot in, we connect these two with a gearbox, and you will see that it will go and it will mix up, and we get an advancement of mixing it up, which will allow us to finally get brass. This is an amazing moment. I'm so happy. Now that we've got our brass, we're going to call it an episode today. The glories of brass require much more time than we've got left, and I want to make sure that we give it the right attention that it deserves. Once again, I wanted to thank you for choosing to spend your time on the adventure with me. I am OverHugs, and this has been Winecraft. As a reminder, I donate the profits I make off this to local food banks. So if you've enjoyed or otherwise gotten something of value out of this today, I would really appreciate it if you could like, subscribe, or tell a friend. Together, we can help people that are in need. I hope you have the most wonderful of days, and I'll see you soon.